myself. I didn't even realize I was in a domestic violence relationship, and that's just because I guess it was a lack of education. I didn't know anybody who had really been in it, and I think after a while, and even after the actual incident, I didn't realize what I was in. I was actually in counseling, and I ran in, and the lady told me. I think she must have known I had no idea. I just thought it was just a relationship. It was just tumultuous, and it was just this guy. But it's really, abusers have a profile. These are things that they do consistently, and it's not something that they can't help. It's an intentional act because it's something that they can control when it's not their partner. They don't do this with people outside. Typically, they don't do it with other men. They don't do it with people they work with, but they become angry. They do it particularly with their partner because they have the ability to hide it, so to speak. So I just want to mention to you a book that she gave me to read, and it was called "Why Does He Do That? Inside the Mind of Angry and Controlling Men" by an author named Lundy Bancroft. And not until I read that book, I realized that it was a pattern, it was a behavior. And then as time went on, I was able to kind of circle back to the, what I experienced and what I had actually been in. And like she mentioned, it's not an instance where I think, we have the idea that it's something to do with low poverty or, people that are low income, low educated. That is not the case. And the truth of the matter is, like she mentioned, is that it affects all social, economic, doesn't matter what kind of money you make. And I think that for myself, I think something she mentioned, being in the professional field, and I was in corporate for 10 years as a manager, and I have my master's. It's even more difficult because it's something you want to hide because of the shame. I found it very difficult to speak to people because of the judgment. And so that's one of the things that was difficult for me to even contact police. I know a lot of you, when you hear about the things you do, and it's a cultural thing, and it's a lot of things with fear when we do not get the police involved. So by the time it makes it to a situation where they do have to get involved, they really don't necessarily have a record, and that was my case. So one of the things I wanted to point out to you is that one of the things I experienced, and this is just a fact sheet on domestic violence and the criminalization of survival, is at the time that the incident happened, I had just given birth to a baby girl. She was premature. I went into labor with her, and she was a month premature, but I actually started experiencing premature labor at about 5 months because that relationship was so intense. So I was on bed rest until I had her, and then when I had her a month early. So as you can imagine, having my child a month early, and she was in the NICU, and I was breastfeeding. I was pumping milk because she was strong enough to be the breast, and I was taking milk out to the hospital. And I don't know how many of you ladies breastfeed. It's fun, right? You have to pump as if the child is there if you don't have your child next to you. So I was pumping every 3 hours. I was, every 3 hours we were pumping like she was there. I was storing the milk and I was taking it out to the hospital. And being separated from my child was difficult for me.